everyone, I hope you're all well. Chapter 2 today of my story. Thank you for all your lovely comments, and yes, some of you were absolutely on point with your predictions, so let's jump in. Down, down, down he fell. Bo tensed up, ready for a crash landing, but it didn't come. Bo felt confused. He had fallen out of enough trees to know that it takes a long time to climb, but only seconds to fall out. Slowly, Bo opened one eye and peered around. Below, he could see an endless tunnel that seemed to go on and on forever. But what was even more amazing was what he was falling past. Bo lay flat to slow his fall. It worked quickly, and he slowed to a sort of floating fall. Now he could clearly see the hollows that looked out as windows onto different places. He saw snow-covered lands, a castle surrounded by a moat, the Great Pyramids of Egypt, the London Eye, and even, at one point, a giraffe's head bobbed past the window. "I can go anywhere in the world," Bo laughed. But before he even had time to think about it, whoosh, he felt a sucking motion and bump! He landed with a thud. The first thing Bo noticed was the heat. Sticky, wet heat that covered his whole body like a thick blanket. Looking up, he saw trees towering up into the sky. Green, lush vegetation, ferns and fungi thrust up from the forest floor, and vines curled around the tall trunks. Bo could hear squawks and faint growls in the distance, and he began to feel very small and very far from home. Bo felt afraid as he stood lost in this place that felt so different from Caversham, where he had lived his whole life. "How will I ever get home?" Bo whispered to himself, standing still as a statue. Bo's hair stood up on the back of his neck, and he was overcome with the feeling that someone or something was watching him. Through a small gap in the flickering leaves, two wide, bright eyes emerged, followed by a gaping mouth full of teeth that curved into a wide smile. "Hello, boy," said a gentle and sleepy voice. Looking closer, Bo could see the eyes and smile were attached to a creature with thick, bristly grey fur, long arms with sharp claws protruding at the end. However, he was the friendliest looking animal that Bo had ever seen. "Hello," Bo replied quietly. "What's your name?" "My name," the creature replied slowly, "is Sloth. Actually, Senor Sloth to you." He chuckled. The sloth spoke in a strange way. His voice was low and slow, as if he was on the verge of falling asleep. "Nice to meet you, Senor Sloth. I am Bo. Can I ask you where I am?" "Where you are? Well, you're on the forest floor," replied Senor Sloth with his eyes half shut. "Ah," said Bo. "And which forest is this? It doesn't really feel like England to me." "England," the the sloth repeated slowly, as if searching for a memory. "Now that is a way away from where we are." "Well, see, the thing is, Senor Sloth, that my mum will be starting to worry about me. I'm supposed to be home from school any minute now." "Ah, you're lost. I can tell you the way back, boy. Don't worry." Bo smiled. "Thank you. I was beginning to get really scared. Where do I go?" "Well, the first thing you need to do is to find the monkey." Both stared at the sloth. Sure enough, he had fallen asleep mid-sentence. "Senor Sloth! Senor Sloth!" Bo shouted and waved his arms. But the sloth was fast asleep and snoring loudly. Bo turned round and slumped against the trunk of the tree. "However will I get home?" he wondered. Bo was really nervous, but thought that sitting at the bottom of the tree waiting for a sloth to wake up would not help him get home. At least not very quickly. So he got up and began to walk slowly through the hot, sticky forest. He climbed over giant tree roots, past colourful flowers, strange berries and gigantic mushrooms. He stepped over what looked like a giant vine on the floor. Then suddenly it moved. A ginormous, thick, emerald snake glided up a nearby tree and hung in the air at eye level. "Hello there, boy," he hissed gently. "What is a tasty, tiny boy like you doing all alone in the great Amazon?" "Ah, so that's where I am," thought Bo, staring into the snake's magnificent yellow eyes. He knew from school that the Amazon rainforest was colossal and spread over 9 different countries. "I'm trying to find my way home," he said, yawning as he stared into those hypnotic eyes. "I see," the snake replied. "I will help you." The snake began circling around Bo slowly. Bo felt so tired he could barely move. "Maybe I will just rest a moment," he mumbled. Bo shut his eyes as the large snake coiled his body around him. "Brrr! Hiss!" In a second, the snake unwrapped himself and slipped away, leaving Bo shocked on the floor. In front of him stood a large orange beast with terrible sharp teeth. "Roar!" Bo screamed. "Ah!" The jaguar ran past him, roaring. Bo tried to climb up the nearest vine to get away from the jaguar, forgetting that jaguars are tree climbing experts. As Bo pulled himself onto a thick branch, the jaguar elegantly jumped up and joined him. Now, boy. No need to be afraid. The pesky snake is gone. That was close, though. My name is Arav. I will help you." I just want to go home," stuttered Bo. "Yes, and there is only one creature in the whole forest that can help you. His name is Thiji." Bo looked up at the jaguar. Looking closely, he could see a scar across his right cheek, long delicate whiskers, and an upturned smiley mouth. He looked fierce but kind. Thuji is a langur monkey who lives across the great river. The monkey! I saw him! I followed him here. Yes, he is known as the Great Traveller. He goes everywhere getting this and that, carrying about his business. Bo thought back to the briefcase and wondered what business a monkey had in Caversham. We have no time to waste. Jump on my back and I'll take you there. Bo carefully climbed onto Arev's back and jerked back as the jaguar took a great leap across to another branch. Gripping on as tightly as he could with his knees, the jungle became a blur of emerald as the jaguar moved through the forest at lightning speed. Bo felt cool for the first time as air hit his face. Then he laughed, amazed at the spectrum of colour surrounding him. Wow, what an adventure, he thought to himself. A short while later, they came to a thundering river. A small vine bridge was the only visible way to get across. This is where I leave you, boy. I do not cross the great river, Arav said. Be safe and trust the forest. Thank you so much, he said as the kind jaguar disappeared into the wilderness, leaving Bo alone. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope you enjoyed it. The third and final part will be coming to you very soon. And I wanted to thank you because you and all your amazing own work really inspired me to write a story. So thank you so much because I've loved sitting down and writing this for you. Now, I was wondering if you might feel inspired to do some artwork for me based on my story. So maybe you would like to draw a picture of Senior Sloth. Maybe it could be Bo alone in the forest. Maybe it might be a prediction of what you think might happen next. But it'd be great just to see a little picture either sent to the class email or onto our class blog. I'd love to see some rainforest artwork inspired by this story. So yes, I'll bring chapter 3 to you very soon, and stay safe.